Hey, 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 hey! Greetings and salutations to you. It is I, Richard, the Bisto Yeti, as is occasionally known. It's time for another unboxing type of video. So I've received from the good people of Kapow this nice box that has Siege figures in them. So we're going to basically get them out of the box and have a look at them. Basically, first impressions. I bought 3 of the Deluxes. Always cut away from yourself. So I have bought Ironhide, Sixgun, and Prowl. I kind of decided I wasn't going to go for the Chromia because I still kind of regret not getting the 31, which I think was a much better figure. I really like the RC mold. So yeah, straight up, I'm telling you what's in the box is spoilers. So this is Prowl. Alright, yeah. There's Prowl. Ironhide. And Sixgun. So yeah, nice collection of 3 deluxes. I'm really enjoying these boxes that they're actually putting everything in. Actually, you know, it does make a really good first impression. So you know they've got that going for them. What we're going to do is we're going to open Prowl first, mostly because you know seeing the obviously pictures of them, and Prowl looks like he's got the most potential to be a disappointment. So let's go with him first and have a play around with him. So yeah, it's quite good that just open straight away. Some instructions. So we don't really need those, do we? You say that. And that's a bit of card back display, so it's very reminiscent to what you get with like Marvel Legends type stuff. So he is in his clamshell. I've got twisty ties in there. So we'll just get a pair of snips and quickly snip him out. There you go. And get his weapons. So yeah, that's Prowl. It's, his arms legs aren't flopping about a bit when he's shaken, so that's good. He's got this weapon, this shooty thing, and a light bar that apparently you can put the light bar on the gun, and that is a thing. I don't know if it looks better like that than it does like that, but yeah, that's a thing you can do. I don't think it's quite beaten the Combiner Wars Prowl gun. Well, yeah, he holds that fairly well. Oh, and his leg's fallen off. Is that a breakage? No, that's just a mushroom peg. So, there we go. So nothing when we shaked him came loose. Well, his leg just fell off randomly. That's good to know. But yeah, decent enough head sculpt that, isn't it? Well, you can make that out. That's quite cool. His head's kind of on a ball joint. He's got some twisting reins there. Got a nice bit of movement, universals at the shoulder. The shoulder pad can move independently. He's got a bicep swivel, an elbow curl, and he even has a wrist swivel, so that's quite good this day. He's a bit Wow, that is a bit missing there, isn't he? I mean, we've got the Wave 1 Deluxes that feel a lot sturdier, and this guy feels a lot more lightweight than those did. He's got universals at the hips, as well as a waist rotation, and he's got a deep knee bend, because there's not much going on in those legs, and a sick ankle tilt there, so you get an up and down and a down on his toes. So he's got plenty of, you know, dynamic articulation. I can see why people wouldn't be a fan of these legs, because they are extremely weird looking and hollow, and kind of, yeah, the knees don't seem to be able to hold much weight there, so that could be a potential issue with it. But other than that, he's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Again, he's got plenty of these ports to put his weapon on, should you see fit. He's got some different shaped holes there for his shoulders that you could put shoulder weapons if you have them, but this is not a weapon that's fine for that. So his weapon can go also store on his back, in his leg. He doesn't appear to have, oh, he's got ankles that come out. Alright. Okay, so he's got ankle things that come out, and then you could put it in your foot if you wanted. Yeah, so all in all, yeah, he's got some nice articulation. He's not as, yeah, like I say, he's not as bad as I thought he was going to be, but he's still, I think, compared to any of the Wave 1 Deluxes, he's a, you know, a bit of a step backwards. But let's see what his transformation is like, eh? So I'm going to get this here. Flip that down there, and flip his arms round. Sometimes it's just trial and error, see what sticks. Right, let's just get that. This whole body, it'll peg in there. There you go. That's pretty. That is, again, this looks a lot better in hand than it does on the photos. In the photos it looked quite thin, really, but it is actually quite a cool space police car thing. These translucent wheels and all this tech detail on the windows, so it's pretty fun. Pretty sure I don't have to have visual. I could have turned his head round so he's not got visible head syndrome, but that's where we are. Yeah, this is cool. So again, just for extra bit of colour, we can put the light bar up there, but then it's not really got as many places you can actually store this gun. which is weird because like all the other, you know, in robot mode he's got loads of positions, but in this mode, not another. You can put it on top of the light bar, can you? All like that. So there you go. There is Prowl in his space Cybertronian police mode. Next up, we'll go for Sixgun. Right, okay. I've no idea about this guy because he's one of these weaponizers. This is the first one of these weaponizers I've got, so I don't really know too much about how I'm going to transform him. Just know that he comes out like so. Again, nice enough instructions. Is there any, like, sometimes in these instructions they accidentally put pictures of you know, different face sculpts on and give the game away. It's got kind of stats for all these weapon bits, which I suppose is nice. So again, with the yeah, he's pretty cool. Right, what is his deal? I don't know if this bit here looks like it folds back, so you can actually get some head twist there. And yeah, so he's got these guns for Sixgun going on. Yeah, that's pretty rad. I like that. Oh, he's good. He's a good little robot man. So yeah, I'm going to have a size comparison of these type of people. So again, with another deluxe. So he's quite a tall boy compared to Siege Hound, if we try and get that as actually a proper level. To Lord Megatron. We've got Bombshell here. So he wanted to kind of mono old school legend size figure, because you don't really get legends in the War for Cybertron line at the moment. Siege. And if you've not got any Transformers, I don't know if you're watching this, there he is compared to a Marvel legend. That's Shatterstar. Fuck you, Deadpool 2. Fuck you. And we're going for a G.I. Joe. Here he is with Zanzibar. Zanzibar. So yeah, we'll take these out. Waist swivel, universal at the hips. He's got a thigh rotation, a knee bend, ankle rocker, toe curl. Yeah, plenty of articulation below. So he's got a good shoulder, 360 there, bicep swivel, elbow, no wrist for this guy, and the head spins, and he's got all these kinds of weapon bits that are all articulating and can come off as the way that he is. Apparently he does have a vehicle mode that you have to take him apart for, I believe, to get him to, so we could have this a go, give this a go. So So we'll take these, remove them, this bit. Oh, it's getting to the summer, isn't it, where there's a fly, always an annoying fly somewhere, just bouncing around. So that's one component. I believe all this bit comes off here. Now, does this bit separate? Or is that kind of... Or does this bit come off? I believe this is one part, so... you kind of... want to get this, get this like so. These bits do peg here. And these bits go back where the legs were. Oh, it doesn't seem right. Maybe they go. So I'm not even sure if I could have accomplished this without dismantling them out, but here's kind of some kind of vehicle mode for 6 shots. Like, I don't know, like so. I'm not sure about that, but what the beauty is of this guy is that you do dismantling, and then uses various different parts on transformers. Like this is some kind of booster rocket shield. This thing, like so. Just got all these extra guns that can go in places. See, like so, and then guess these like some kind of turbine wings. Another figure could just extra arms. A character can be have things like that on him. I don't know. This is just the first kind of, and these mighty kind of blaster cannons. Bombshell have and never possibly hold. As big as he is. And this weird contraption thing, all these pipes, like hounds coming in. And he's about to hit you with a ditty on his cybertronian bagpipes. Could you play the Transformers theme? If you can play the Transformers theme on bagpipes, please let me know. So last, no means least, we're going to look at Ironhide. Well, I do declare, but prime. I'm not very good at doing Ironhide's voice, but it just comes out, doesn't it? Again, oh, he's a big one. Oh. He's got a bit of a wobble to him, bit of a new toy wobble, but oh, yeah. So these have all got junk on them at the moment, but you can see the size comparison there between the last one. These are to a regular deluxe scale. We just look at that. That is. Yeah, he's like a clear head above him. Shatterstar. Zanzibar. Great sculpt work. Oh, that. It looks a lot better in hand, that head sculpt, than it does in the photos. But yeah, he looks pretty. I mean, and he's clean. He is very clean. Oof, they've done a great job. I mean, I've not really commented on the battle damage. It's there. It's a thing that they're doing now. I'm not throwing these out of the pram about it, but you know, it's there. I'd prefer a bit more ink washy than just dry brushing a bit of silver on. I prefer if they did like more of an ink wash to actually bring out some of these details, but. All in all, this guy. So I think is it his limbs or is it just these wheels that are rattling? It's still got a bit of a toy rattle. So again, great knee bend, ankle tilt, universal at the leg, and a thigh swivel. Waist rotation. Shoulder thing out and there. A bicep swivel at 90 degrees, we'll give it at the elbow, and wrist swivel, and a ball jointed head. And also it's got a head flap thing here as well. I believe that's the correct configuration for the chest, but yeah, all in all, they've done a blinding job. Let's see if we can transform him, shall we? It's got this big hollow gap to put in a Werther's original in. But I don't have any to hand, so I can't actually demonstrate that feature. But believe me, you can fit a Werther's original in that cavity. But right now, we're going to put his head in there. Right. And if I was a transformer, how would I transform? So move that back. Oh, he's a tricksy one. I like that. So he's got a turn there. So I'm going to move that around, I think, so I can turn that better. No, that's locked the spin. There's a spin here. What is triggering it? Right. Spin is in. Right, so that spins there. That moves up there. So that's the front of the vehicle mode. We've got these sides. That must be his iron sides. There's Ironhide. Right. Let's see. We're almost there. We're exploring things as we go. Right, so those arms peg together. It almost seems like there should be something for that to peg in, but I don't know if that's something that pegs in this mode or the other mode. So we're just going to try and close these up. And they close up. And then I'll get these side bits. Should, in theory, close there. And close there, and he's a big old war truck. And we completely failed to talk about his weapon. So that can peg in there, like so. Blast things. He's only got like even holes here. He's not got like an odd hole, so it can't be symmetrical. It's always going to be on the left or on the right. It's never going to be central. So that's kind of, with someone who's got one weapon, that kind of just bugs my little OCD a little bit. So let's just transform him in back again. It shouldn't be too hard. Didn't take that long. Quite like that. It's got an interesting transformation, not a complex transformation. So it kind of, you can back and forth him like so, without breaking much of a sweat. But it is actually quite a fun transformation. It's not simple. I think it's just that if it didn't have that spin in the central spin, in the central core, then it might have been a bit boring. But it's like it. We like it. So this weapon, it could be a big old rifle, looking mighty. The weathering effect really does work well on Ironhide. You can kind of sling it like some kind of he's taking a pool cue with him to the battle, and you can also plonk it up this way, and that knocks down, and it's a rocket hammer. Yes, like Ido from Alita Battle Angel. So that's always a good thing. Never fight in melee combat with a man with a rocket hammer. That's it's one of the rules of better living. But yeah, he's great. Absolutely, yeah. I am pleased with War for Cybertron Siege so far, I've only really been getting, some of the deluxes, Voyager Megatron, and some of the smaller guys who aren't that great. They're a bit more cheapy quality than the deluxes are. But yeah, I think that they've done a really good job. I think Six Shot and Ironhide in particular, Prowl does feel like he's a little bit of a step backwards in quality compared to the previous lot, but he's still a fun figure. He's just not as meaty as this guy, even though this guy is he's getting that bit of a wobble in his legs, so he's not, there's some little problems with the tolerances of the legs and stuff here, but other than that, yeah, these are really fun, and I'm going to have a lot of fun just playing around with Six Shot and adding him to figures with 5mm ports, and there's a lot of those, so it's going to be fun. Well, that's all from me. That's an unboxing. I also had the latest comic book has arrived today, Transformers issue 3, so I'm going to be looking at doing, talking about that at some point this weekend, hopefully. It's a long weekend, so we've got time. But until then, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And because you deserve it, let's bump, shall we? Bisto! Fisto!